has this group of kids that you have on the team this year been to you?
Yeah, you know, we've got a very, very young team. I've coached for 25 years, the youngest team I've ever had. And Dylan now, he's been the leader.
We depend on him for
We
everything.
depend on him for everything.
Like you said,
He's an offensive
what
weapon.
we had this year.
And that's what we've had in him this year. He did an incredible job for us this year.
This is the Big Boy Morning Edition. If you're just tuning in, listening to us, we have a very special interview. And everybody who's listening out there, let's just put this in your mind just for a moment. We have the Oklahoma School of the Deaf here basically in studio. We have an interpreter letting them know what we're saying and keeping the communication lines open. But this is a lot of courageous behavior for them right now, showing some courage and enlightening to have the ability to come and do a radio interview. And there'll be those saying, you know, why not TV? And we're saying, why not radio? Because his and what he's doing may open the door for someone else out there who is looking for an opportunity or a way to participate in athletics, and want you to know that that door is open for young men just like Dylan Evans here.
Now, Dylan, you were talking about your cousin, and he plays college ball. Where does your cousin play, and what are they doing right now?
Yeah, he's not playing. He's no longer playing.
Okay.
But, my cousin had an issue. He had to leave the sport because of an injury. He had a knee injury, and so.
Now, Dylan's
My cousin, he taught me a lot.
Almost playing for him. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes,
nice.
exactly.
That's nice.
Now, Dylan is not just a football player. I saw some highlights on your school's Facebook page about your blocking a shot in basketball as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me. That's me totally.
Can you tell me, you know, which sport do you like more, basketball or football?
Football. Yeah, definitely. It's my favorite. Definitely.
As Coach Lawson gives 2 thumbs up to that. Now,
Of course he likes football. That's
now,
good.
tell us a little bit more about yourself, Dylan. What are some hobbies that you also take a part in outside of the realm of athletics?
Well, I'm involved with on the cheer team. Of course, I play basketball, track, long jump. I got first place in regionals, and that's I broke a record there. And then, so first in regionals, and then went to state, and I got to 5th place.
And what track and field was it? Was it a long jump or?
Yes, long jump.
Okay. So we have an athlete here, folks. We don't have just a football player, a big strong guy. No, we have an athlete. We have an agile, diverse athlete right here, folks, at Oklahoma School for the Deaf. And real quick, I want to bring in AD Levi Mathis. What has in recent history or in the past? What has your athletic department looked like, and just your athletes in general? You ever had one like Dylan Evans, or have you ever had one make it to that next level before?
At OSD, man, we got a rich history of sports.
Right.
We started back in 1907 with sports, and it's just been a constant going on with all of our athletes. We have several deaf athletes, nationwide deaf athletes.
Mm-hmm.
They make a Deaf Athlete of the Year. We have, Dylan, obviously. We got a wall in our gym. It's just covered with just championships. Especially when we play against deaf schools across the nation. It's amazing to see what our school has done.
What are some of those happy stories of life after Oklahoma School for the Deaf?
Oh man, we got we're part of DRS, and that program is just been amazing for what it does for these kids. If you get on their news page, it's just one story after another about how these kids are going out and making a contribution to the world after they get done at OSD. I mean, they're bright, they're intelligent, they're doing everything else that a normal kid can do. They just got one thing that they got impairing them.
And that's it. And as long as they have nice people like you guys, Coach Lawson, helping them through this thing, it's not going to be that big of a disability.
No,
at all.
not at all.
What I found most touching about if you go to your Facebook page, is the stories, the achievements, and the individual. I think you had a cheerleader last year. I can't think of his name. He was one of the best cheerleaders in the country last year. I can't think of the young man's name. I saw it on the Facebook page. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's Montrell Adams.
Montrell
Man,
Adams.
he's just, his heart was so big, and he just take over. He was just awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So when you start looking at the stories and that, in other words, there are real achievements, and sports is just another vessel in which they can find their path and find I guess when I say find their next step.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, our goal is just to be the best environment for these kids to be able to interact. I mean, they have access to a language at OSD that they don't have out in the normal world. And they're able to just communicate with each other, communicate with coaches, teachers, one-on-one. They don't need an interpreter 24/7 throughout the day. And then we open up the other aspect of the ability to play sports. A lot of these kids don't get to play sports at other schools because they have that communication breakdown. They don't have that access sometimes. And so we just like to open up that door and that ability for them to get involved in any way they can, in every program they can.
I'm going to ask Dylan another question. Dylan, how much attention have you received since that outstanding game?
Dylan's
I would-
interpreter.
Lawson said, I will add for him, Dylan
He's curious.
is
Anybody
he's just
ever
wondering if
scored
anybody
17
ever scored
touchdowns?
17 touchdowns before.
He's been sitting there
You know, he's been kind
shocked.
of,
I
I think he's sitting there in shock. You know, I know I was
so,
totally in shock. But-
Just come to this radio show.
You know, coming to
It's
this
been a
radio
wonderful
show,
award
it's
for
been a
him.
wonderful award for him.
This is one right here, right now.
Right
is
here,
award for
right
him.
now. This
We'll see what
this
happens
means
in
so much
future.
for him. He's just
I'm sure he'll
so
be
thrilled
deaf
with his
all
future. I
this
know he'll be
year nationwide.
deaf All-American this year.
Probably two
nationwide.
different organizations. give
There's
that
two different
award.
organizations who'll be
Win
giving
football.
awards, and I think he'll win both.
And
Really?
Just carry on from here.
Well, congratulations truly to Devin. Dylan, let me just ask one more thing then. Does he realize or understand that by him coming on a radio show today, that it's going to influence others to have confidence dealing with a disability, to understand that their life their life is not restricted?
Yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and you know the inspiration that a player like Dylan, a kid like Dylan, can pass throughout everybody else is nothing to sneeze at and nothing to be taken lightly. And you know, listen, we're proud that we can be a part of it in helping you pass that inspiration out to the rest of the nation and exactly right here in Oklahoma. What Coach Lawson? I mean, after Dylan, we're a senior season, right, for Dylan?
No.
No, we're
I'm a
junior.
Junior, okay. So we got one more year of 17 touchdowns. But Coach Lawson, talk about your team. I mean, besides Dylan Evans, what kind of athletes do you have up there?
Like 7
Yeah,
young
like I
kids
said, we're a pretty young team. We're developing.
Dylan's
and,
been a leader.
Dylan's been a leader this year.
OSD football is
You know,
most
the,
of them, they've never played football
Problem with
before they
OSD
come in
football is
OSD.
before they come to
They
OSD,
play football
many times they've never
growing
played
up,
football.
so
They
they
didn't
come
play
in as a
football growing up.
freshman.
They come in as a
It's all new
freshman.
to them,
It's
so
all
we
brand
have
new to
to
them.
start from scratch.
So we've got to start from scratch.
And he helps teach
And he
them
helps
about them.
teach them.
We hope to have a good team
develop
next year.
them. We hope to have a good team next
And
year.
I'm looking forward to next
And
year.
I'm looking forward to the next couple of years.
All right.
How many games?
stuff.
How many games do you have in a season?
We had 8 this year.
Eight this year.
Next year, you have to ask
Next year
them.
you'll have to ask the AD director. who's
Oh,
behind
pressure on the
Yeah.
AD now.
We want more games, right?
Yeah, well, we're planning on having at least 8, that's for sure.
Okay. They want that opportunity. They need more games so we can show what Dylan Evans and the rest of these guys can do out there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Once again, Dylan Evans, Levi Mathis, Coach Lawson, and Roy, the interpreter, from the Oklahoma School of the Deaf. And we're just here. Listen, our lab was at week 10. He was our week 10 prep player of the week. And listen, it was something that we kind of stumbled upon because we'll be honest, we kind of keep it within the metro schools and you know, some of the rural area schools that are out there. You know, we're broadcasting in Kingfisher and in places like that. But once I saw that headline, I said 17 touchdowns. Who does that? And then when you read the story, it's like, oh wow, this is amazing. We got to get this guy in here. And me and AD Mathis, we were playing phone tag there for a while, for about a week or two, and we finally got it all handled out. And I'm so glad you guys came in here.
Thank you, guys.
I before you go, the best shot of that was the scoreboard, because the scoreboard couldn't hold all the points that were scored in the game.
Now, is that
Exactly.
now?
Lawson said, yeah.
Well, I
Lawson said, now the
pictures of
referee
themselves,
took pictures of
scoreboard
themselves behind the
Right.
scoreboard. Standing in front of the scoreboard getting that picture.
Laugh, now.
You know, the head
Wow,
head
no, it
official.
seems never won that much.
I've never run that much in my life up and down the field. So.
Now, I mean, and we'll give some credit to the the Missouri School for the Deaf. They put up 102 points.
Yeah.
So I mean, is this that odd for high scoring games? I mean, I know 100 points is extra odd, but I mean, do the games get pretty high scoring?
If you're playing 6-man, they do tend to get high scoring. 8-man can get pretty high, but you don't normally see a game that high.
Right.
And I tried to research this and talk to the NDIAA board and kind of reach out a little bit and see what's going on, passed on some scores, but most of the scores I could find, I haven't seen a lot of games where both teams scored over 100 points.
Right.
That was pretty odd.
Right. For Dylan, all I can say is, listen, let's get that highlight tape ready. Right? That's what we got to do. When we're trying to catch the attention of coaches at the next level, we need that highlight tape ready. We need some nice pumping music in the background.
Right.
Right? We need all of that so we can send that out to the nation. And hopefully, man, that would be super, super awesome if we see Dylan somewhere cutting up on somebody's college field. That would be outstanding. That would be outstanding.
I really want to take time to thank you, AD Mathis, for having the forthright thinking to let this happen, because there would be a lot of folks who would say, no, I don't think this is a good experience, and maybe not a positive one, but seeing past that and still reaching beyond and kept trying to make this happen. It says a lot about you, it says a lot about your coaches and your players and what you're doing for OSD overall, because this opportunity for these kids is not once in a lifetime, but it's an important part of helping them continue to excel as young men and women.
I appreciate that. This is my life. This is the kids. I mean, I love the school. I love everything they're doing, and that's what it's all about.
What's your enrollment numbers looking like up there?
We have a little over 100 students right now.
Okay.
K through 12.
Nice.
Awesome.
K through 12. That's cool. Dylan, basketball season coming up. You ready? You ready for ball season?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got a scrimmage game today. We play Life Christian.
Oh,
Okay, so
well,
we holding him up.
Yeah.
So let me
okay.
ask him, how's the jump shot?
Shooting's good, yeah.
Say we're wet. We're wet. That's good. Are we?
You know, my goal is to be tops in scoring and get some more records going.
Okay.
That's all right.
What
That's all right.
position? Officially, what position are you in football and in basketball also?
Quarterback in football,
Uh-huh.
and plus halfback. And then I'm point and wing in basketball.
Coach Lawson's no fool. He says, you know what? This is my best athlete. Quarterback. Get the ball in his hands every play. Easy as that. Easy as that.
Exactly,
There you go.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh.
It's an easy decision for me.
I bet.
All
I
right.
bet.
Hey, we're going to take a break. We want to thank you guys again for making the trip, making the sacrifice on your day. And Dylan, we're not going to hold you from that basketball event this afternoon.
Good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck. And you know what? I got a new team.
Thank
I got
you,
a new
thank
player
you.
to keep up with.